It's a question I feel like asking. Yeah. You said you don't easily react when people, treat you bad because you're already aware of this mental, challenges that people will be having. Now, I want to ask a casual question. Yeah. So imagine that you are in, will I say, a bus, or you're in a social gathering kind of. You are seated in a chair, so you want to walk out and get something. Coming in, you actually left something that belonged to you, like a bag, right? That shows that you are there. Yeah. Coming in, somebody already sat there, and you calmly say, please, can you adjust, or please, can you stand up? I was seated here and you can see my bag. And the person just lash at you. What is wrong with you? And begin to talk to you, and begin to point at your face. What do you do? Because most Nigerians will react back. You can't keep quiet.
You know why I'm laughing? Why? Because similar thing happened to me. I was coming back. I traveled with my little baby. She was just 2 months old then. I traveled to Owerri, Imo State.
Okay.
And while coming back, I sat by the window, but my window was closed. The woman in front of me, her window was open. She opened it wide open. And as we were traveling, and it was during rainy season, it's still very cold, and the breeze was getting on my child. Wow. So I just tried to, please, can you close it? The woman insulted me that day because you have a child. I was like, so I kept quiet.
And you're actually expecting her to understand.
Yes. Being a woman, I took my towel, my baby's shawl, I wrapped her, and I sat this way.
Oh my God.
And for more than 2-3 hours of the journey, I was sitting that way. I didn't know that some of the passengers noticed what happened. Then it got to a point that she herself was tired of the breeze coming from the window, so she wanted to
close it.
And everybody in there
lashed at her immediately.
I was quiet, and she started crying. She cried and turned to me and said, even the person that offended is not saying anything.
Can you imagine? So then why is she crying? Okay, because people were lashing at her.
Yes, you're wicked. You don't have a child. You are a witch.
Of course.
But I was quiet. What was going through my mind was, this woman is going through something.
Wow. Oh, you weren't angry with her. You weren't feeling
because of my understanding and awareness about trauma. So I just kept quiet. Then we got to a place where we needed to eat food. And as I sat down, she sat with me.
Are you serious?
Yes, I said, madam, I'm sorry, but I want to be like you. I'm a bad person.
Oh my God.
I still relate with that lady.
I'm feeling emotional right now.
She said, how come you didn't react? A normal human being. I said, how are you? I just asked her, how are you? And she bursted into tears and told me so many things that broke my heart. If I was in her shoes, I will do worse.
Wow.
She told me so many issues, where she was going, what happened back at home, and I was like, what? And I started a conversation with her. I followed her through.
Oh, beautiful.
And when we came back to the bus, we were laughing and talking, and everyone was wondering before we continue our journey. So, please, out there, we should understand that people are going through a lot. A lot. Trauma is not madness, but is something that happened to people who had gone through so much or are still going through a lot. We will have fought black blue that day, but because I look at that woman and I saw a frustrated and depressed woman. Because no normal woman will react that way on a little child, 2-month-old. And I just discovered that that woman was not normal. And I followed her up. She gave me. I went to her house. I visited. I spoke with her husband. And we became friends. Just because I tried to look at her in a different angle.
You already have, as in while you were talking, I feel so emotional. I'm kind of imagining as a mother, how you were able to pull through seeing your child, being cold, and you taking a very uncomfortable sitting position, trying to understand another person.
Yes.
You are not even selfish. That tells me that knowledge is power.
Is power.
Because you have that knowledge, you were able to control your emotion.
Yes.
Some women will fight at that bus because I can't imagine having to bend my body down, for some hours, and this is my child, cold. A whole lot of negativity would have beclouded my mind.
Yeah.
You were able to control your emotions. You were able to save somebody who is hurt. You were able to. I said, no. This is too much.
That's the only difference between me and the other passengers. Just knowledge. Just knowledge. If they had the kind of awareness and understanding and exposure that I have, they will have behaved differently. Wow. It's just that they are not aware. So awareness is key.
Okay, now, honestly, this story had to take me back to Haliata Care Initiative. People, Nigerians out there need your initiative. Nigerians out there need someone like, while we're talking, you said that a whole lot of Nigerians are suffering from, one trauma or the other. Yes, it could be finances, it could be job problem, it could be business, it could be, it has a way of, throwing people out.
Yes.
So it's not out of place if I say Nigerians out there need someone like you.
Yes, and you see, one trauma can lead to so many trauma.
Yeah.
Because somebody who is struggling with financial crisis can lead to a crisis at home.
Yeah.
A man who is battling financial crisis can lead to, he can transfer that
anger to the
wife,
children.
and the wife can transfer to the children. So one trauma can lead to so many multiples of trauma. It can lead to what we call complex trauma, because as you're going through this, another one is
coming in.
Another one is coming in.
Okay, now tell us about Haliata Care Initiative. What bettered it? How much impact you have made to Nigerians out there?
Yeah, Haliata Care Initiative was birthed out of passion as a pastor's wife.
Oh,
yes.
So I'm sitting with Mommy G.
No, I'm not Mommy G.
Okay,
I'm a pastor's wife, a proud one at that.
Okay, what is the difference?
Well, I don't know. The is very big. I am a small pastor's wife.
Oh my God, in heaven.
Yes.
Okay, so, that's fine.
I witnessed so many broken people. People, the pastor is like everything in the church. He's the doctor, the mechanic, the trader, everything. So I see how people run in and out of our house with issues. And I started by just counseling.
Yeah.
Just counseling and talking. Then I resigned. I was working with National Space Research Development Agency. I resigned. I went back to the university to study counseling, guidance and counseling. And I was doing just the normal counseling as a pastor's wife. But we relocated from where we were from Makurdi to Plateau. And in search of knowledge, I came across trauma healing. Then I didn't even know what trauma. I was doing counseling. Then I went to an organization, the Christian Council of Nigeria, and they mentioned the word trauma. I said, trauma? Then I started searching for that training. I traveled abroad. I went to Rwanda, Germany to be trained as a certified trauma counselor. Yeah. I did that, came back, worked for CCN, the Christian Council of Nigeria, and continued to work. And Halita, we are non-profit. Oh. Yes, we are non-profit organization. Oh. At a point, I will take my food from my kitchen to cook and invite people to talk with them. Oh. I will call people widows to talk with them. I will call their children. We were Agape Widows Foundation. Then when we saw that the demand was so much on us, we cannot just deal with with a widow without dealing with the widow's child. You cannot claim to take care of the widow without taking care of her child or some aspects. So we changed the name to Halita Care Initiative. Halita is creation, God's creation.
Halita, God's creation.
Yes. So I was doing that, and one day, one organization called me and said, "Are you the pastor's wife?" So I say, "Yes." He said, "We heard what you're doing. Come to us. We will sponsor your programs." So that was how I started getting grants to call people for trauma healing. We have done trauma healing mostly in Southern Kaduna, Plateau, Benue, Yola, so many parts of the middle belt and some part of the north. And we go to crisis-prone areas. Okay. Like whenever there's crisis, that's where we go. We go to the IDP camp. Even in Abuja here, I've been to Drumi IDP camp to talk with them and share some materials to them. So we have, I think, more than 5,000 Nigerians that we have done trauma healing for. Wow. We do trauma, we feed them. At times we host, we lodge them, we feed them and transport them. That's what we do. Mostly to the IDP camps. Few times we bring in widows, and few times we bring in people who, from vulnerables, from other places, we pick from some local government. But basically we deal with conflict areas, kidnapped victims, and victims of all manner of insurgencies. So that's what we do, and we do interfaith. We reach out to both Muslims and Christians and just humans.
And how do Nigerians get to you? Because, like I said, we need someone like you now.
Yeah.
You understand? How do they get to you? Your office? How do we get to you?
So, somehow did you get to me? I didn't ask that question. How? Somehow people call and said, "We heard, we followed you online, we saw what you're doing." Somehow. Somehow we get recommendation and people come to us. And in Nigeria, whatever you do that is free, people rush to it. You're not charging, you're not saying, "Okay, you have to pay for my services,
your consultation fees," and stuff like that.
No, people rush for it.